Hey y'all, it's Asha Cerise. Welcome back to my channel. This is day 6 in Brazil. This is the neighborhood delicatessen that I would visit every day to get my fresh juices. I was trying to knock these symptoms out any way possible. I found out that my cold might have been the flu the night before when one of the ladies from Brazil told me that the flu was going around. So I was getting juices with acerola, oranges, limes, mint, ginger, and then I would switch it up between pineapple and watermelon. The staff was always so helpful. I would come in with my little Google Translate note with my ingredients that I wanted in the drink, show it to them, and they would get to making it. They input your order into the computer with the number attached to this little thing here, and then you take it to the front and check out, and that's the way you get out as well. I didn't get a to-go bottle today. She just gave me my juice in a cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and down this juice, and then I'm gonna go to the boardwalk and get, matter of fact, I'm gonna stay on this side. I'm gonna go to the boardwalk and get a coconut and a salad, and then I'm going to the beach like I've been trying to do all week. That's what I'm going to do. I had been in Brazil since Sunday. By this time it was Friday and I had not spent my day at the beach like I wanted to so bad. So on this particular day I was determined to get on up and get to the beach. So I got up early, then got my juice. It took forever to get this salad because it was modified. Like I had to tell them, no this, no that, add this. So that took a little while. I went and got a coconut and I just wanted to walk the boardwalk for a little while before I went down there. I kept getting approached by different vendors wanting to rent me a chair and an umbrella to chill out on the beach, which I knew I wanted. I just wasn't ready at the time because I was exploring the boardwalk. I was trying to walk barefoot on this sand, baby. It is hot. And I'm walking on hot coals. Got to put my sandals back on. They didn't finally convince me to do an umbrella and a chair. I sat down in the chair for a little while and soaked up some sun. And then I took some pictures, which you can check out on my Instagram. And then I decided to go get in the water. It was really cool at first, but I got used to it and it felt amazing. I kept looking back because, of course, I was by myself. So all my stuff, my purse, my phones, everything was in the chair. And I have heard of, people's things getting snatched up. But it was so many people out there. It was so many families. I didn't see any activity like that going on. So I ended up, getting more comfortable as I was out there. So I stayed for a little while. I didn't really record much of me actually in the water. There were a couple times when I went back and forth in there. But on my way back, as I was walking back this particular time, thinking I was looking cute for the camera, I was quickly approached by another offer. He asked me if I wanted to get my picture taken, and because I was by myself out there and I had to take all my own pictures, I said, hey, why not? Why not have the memories? And he had a Polaroid, so I thought that would be very cute for memory's sake. So this is how it turned out. As I was relaxing and people watching, I was approached by a couple of vendors. How much?
This how much is 40 real.
You take credit? Take credit? Card? Credit card? How much?
3,400. 3,400. Promotion. Esse é break. Esse é break. Aqui tá break. Promotion.
Yeah.
Aqui. Ah. Entendeu? Esse. Sapato de mantina.
That's one. English.
Ok. Sai daqui, Salvador?
Americano.
Hã?
Americano.
É mesmo? Ah, é. Vai falar isso, tá vendo? Já fez alguma viagem aqui?
Baby, I had no idea what he was saying, and he had no idea what I was saying. Me and the first man managed to communicate a little bit better. He saw that I was filming, and he asked if I was putting this on YouTube, and he wanted me to make sure that I added his name. So there you are, sir. Hopefully, if someone finds you or meets you, they will buy from you, because he was really nice. If you noticed, he put his arm next to my leg, like, hey, we're the same color. But yes, I didn't really have the strength to get my Google Translator out. I was so tired, and mind you, I was sick. So I just really wanted to be on the beach and just relax and be in my own energy, which I was able to do. I took a nice nap. The sun was hitting, the breeze was rocking. It was just amazing with the sounds of the ocean. That is a recipe for a good nap when you're not feeling well, especially. So after I got up from my nap, I did go back and forth to the water a few times. I decided to go ahead and order something to eat. So the day we went to Bar Monica, the people we met, I was telling them how I had been frustrated I couldn't find a lot of vegan options. So the lady was telling me that I should eat some acarajé. And acarajé is a traditional Afro-Brazilian cuisine. It is a fritter made out of black-eyed peas, and it's cooked in palm oil. And usually they stuff it with shrimp and other ingredients, but instead of doing that, you can just ask for the vinaigrette salad, which is just chopped vegetables. And when I tell you, I was so happy that I ordered this because it was delicious. It's hot. The texture of it is just, it kind of reminds you of like a hush puppy, but better. And it was just perfect. As you can see, I look totally under the weather, and I felt under the weather, but the food was delicious. I was so glad I got it. Walk the beach. The sun is getting ready to go down. About to go get cute. I spent 4 hours at the beach, which was exactly what the doctor ordered. I needed the rest, I needed the relaxation, I needed the sun, I needed the natural vibes and the ocean views. And I decided to go ahead and wrap it up, walk the beach, enjoy the sunset, because I knew I wanted to go back to the Airbnb and get dressed for the evening. There was a lady that I saw recording the sunset, and I asked her, hey, was I in your video? And I was, so I will share that video on my Instagram. This was my favorite store in this particular plaza. If you notice, most of the art is African influenced, and you'll see a lot more of that in tomorrow's vlog. After I left this plaza, I just went to a few little markets in the neighborhood. In the streets. Another example about how all the stray animals are taken care of by the locals. He was giving him water. I stopped into the delicatessen one more time before I headed into the Airbnb to get another juice, which I did drink before I went out for the night. Here it is. Another cold pressed juice, this time orange juice instead of water, with all the other ingredients. The laundry room was fixed in our Airbnb. Let's try this again. Before I left earlier this day, the concierge gave me a quick tutorial on how to work these particular machines, and it was pretty convenient because there was no detergent needed. This washing machine includes the detergent, so while that was going, I went and drank my juice and settled in, came back, put it in the dryer, and then went back upstairs and chilled out for a little while before coming back to pick up my clean clothes. And then I went and got dressed for the evening. I'm looking a little pale. I could barely breathe out of my nose at this point, but I was determined to have a good time anyway. I decided to spend my Friday evening in the Rio Vermelho, aka Red River area. So I found a vegan restaurant, or a restaurant that had vegan options. As you can see, the energy was lively in the Red River area, and there is Yemiya, which you'll see up close a little later. I arrived at the restaurant. It was going to be closing in about an hour, so I got the place to myself. I decided to sit outside because the weather was perfect. It was a nice view. The music was really good, and the staff was so nice. I got a new friend named Junior. He was showing me someone on Instagram who I reminded him of. She look like me? Junior was so kind, so pleasant, so sweet, and definitely helped me with my order. He made sure that he got it right. He came back and clarified. I ended up going with this pasta with red sauce and olives and a green juice. And this pasta is a vegetarian dish. It normally comes with Parmesan cheese on top. Of course, I opted not to get the cheese because I am vegan. And I would give this dish maybe a 6 out of 10. It was good, but it did lack that balance of salt, which I think most people would get from the cheese. So I probably should have asked for a little bit of salt to balance the sweetness, but it was decent. And the juice was good as well. There I am enjoying my pasta dish, enjoying the music, enjoying the vibes. Me and Junior had some laughs. He's learning English, but we did use the translator app to communicate, and I overall enjoyed the experience. I want to take this time to encourage my viewers, especially the ladies and the single people, but also those who are in relationships as well, and the fellas. Take yourself out sometime. Stop waiting on a group of friends, your homies, your family, permission, validation, whatever it is that's keeping you from exploring and enjoying life. Stop waiting on it and just get out there and do it. You don't have to be out of the country to enjoy a solo date or to take yourself to a nice dinner, to a nice restaurant, to get dressed up. It's not for anybody else but yourself. I'm dressed up in a restaurant by myself, enjoying a meal and enjoying my own company, and you can do it too. I'm so glad I took my time eating that olive because it did have a pit in it. Maybe if I would have bit down, that would have been my tooth. But again, go out and enjoy yourself. Here's Junior giving me some tips on where to go.
Mercado Modelo. Vou te mostrar aqui. É Pelourinho. Aí você vai andando, pega o elevador Lacerda, desce. And Older Street, Mercado Modelo. Depois, Common Back, Elevador Lacerda, Pelourinho, and The House. Your House.
Okay. Here is a little glimpse of the inside of the restaurant. This is my new friend, Junior.
Minha amiga aqui agora nova, prazer em conhecer você, viu?
I'm gonna look up what that means later. And this is where we were here at the Solar. And he was so sweet to me. And look at there, beautiful restaurant. All right, I'm gonna take a walk to the Red River, the center of it. And I know that there's different bars and things going on the way there. So, I'm just chilling. I'm out here. I'm outside. Little cafes and restaurants. And the vibes are about to get vibier when I turn this corner. It's all kind of stuff going on up here. So, I'm here for it. Friday night in Salvador Bahia. Solo adventures. Something going on over there. Just gotta figure out the safest way to get over there. And I see a crosswalk over here. That's the option I'm taking. This street isn't as poppin', so I'm hoping that this is not a long route because I want to go where the people are. But there's people out here. There's people out here and there. Supposed to be keeping straight, but there is some action going on down there. But I think I will stick to my roots. This is where I was last night, but it's much more packed. Yelling at me from across the street. So let me go walk over here to the policia. I noticed a man that was across the street yelling for my attention, so I was like, let me go over here where there are people and police. Like I said before, there were no times where I felt super unsafe. You just have to do like you would any other place, even if you were at home, walking around at night. Keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings, stay in areas where there are people. So here is a closer look at Yemaya, as she is referred to in Ifa or Yoruba. They call her Lamanja in Brazil. She is the goddess of the sea, often depicted as a mother figure with immense power over the ocean, and she is considered the mother of all the orixás. I'm convinced there's nowhere in Brazil where there's a beach where you're not going to capture some lovebirds. But according to my research, in Brazil, Ifa is not commonly practiced as a separate religion, but is considered part of the broader Yoruba tradition within the Afro-Brazilian religion called Candomblé. Let's continue our walk. It was again a beautiful night. I was able to admire all of the street art, the architecture, the music, the culture, and see how they get down on a Friday night in Salvador Bahia. There were several options depending on what type of vibe you were on. You could sit by the beach, you can go to a samba, you can go sit at a restaurant, or you can go to a club. Just depends on what mood you're in. Playing Sean Paul, so let me hear. Well, this was my mood. I was led to this club that me and Lorenzo went in the other night because they were playing reggae, music that I was familiar with, and that was the mood I was in. I wanted some familiar vibes. So they had couple of guest DJs that were known for their reggae sets. And when I tell you they killed it, they killed it. Like the music was just back to back hits. Even some of the songs that I didn't know, it was just a vibe. Again, it was super hot in that thing, but I enjoyed it. I stayed there for about an hour listening to music. I did go upstairs. I even went outside on the balcony and sat upstairs for a little while by the pool tables. I didn't want to drink this night. I didn't want to make myself any hotter than I already was, so I just had water and I called an Uber. As I was standing outside, someone told me that it wasn't really safe out there, but I didn't feel unsafe, but I made sure I was. Anyway, stay tuned for day 7. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.